In this lesson, I've got a funky song for you. It's 7 and you're gonna love this rhythm, so check this out. So as you can see, that's going to be a lot of fun for you to learn, and there are some easier alternatives as well, so don't be too put off by the muting and slapping there. So we'll get to the chords in a second, but before we get to that, let me just tell you about my free 5-day beginner course that I've just brought out. It's in the description below, and in that I'm going to teach you the fundamentals of guitar that are all condensed into one resource, so you don't need to try and look around everywhere to find out what you need to learn. That's going to be a great resource for you to work on chords, strumming, as well as some picking, so go check that out, and here are the chords. So to start off with, we've got our capo on the 2nd fret, so every chord I'm teaching you will be relative to that. So our first chord is going to be a D major 7. So just the 4th to the 1st string, and then 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret. So open 4th, and then the rest barred on the 2nd fret there. That's a D major 7. Then we're going to go onto a C sharp 7. So this one's going to be the hardest chord that we're going to learn. We're barring on the 4th fret relative to the capo, of course. And we're going to place our ring finger on the 6th fret here of the 4th string and our pinky on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And you're going to play. Okay, you don't need to worry about the 1st string here. Alright, so we've got our D major 7. And then our C sharp 7. Okay, so make sure all of those are sounding nice. And then you can move on to your next chord, which is going to be on the 2nd fret. It's an F sharp minor 7. And we're not actually playing anything but the 6th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And it's all barred there on that 2nd fret. Okay, you could use all 4 fingers here, but we're just going to do a bar if that's easier for you, so that you don't need to worry too much about getting all your fingers up there. Okay, so we're going from our C sharp 7 over here to our F sharp minor 7, 2nd fret of the 6th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Then we're going to do an E minor 7. Now for this one, you would normally put your 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then the rest be open, but because we're not playing the 5th string, we don't need to worry about that. So it's going to be open 6th, 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Okay? And then we've got an A6. Except we're not playing the 4th string, so you don't need to worry about barring that one. So you can just do exactly the same shape as a D major 7 as we played before, except we're not playing that 4th string. We're going to go open 5th, and then 2nd fret of the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. Okay, so you can see that's the same shape as our D major 7, but the D major doesn't have that 5th string. So let's recap those chords. We've got a D major 7, a C sharp 7, an F sharp minor 7, an E minor 7, and then an A6. But you don't need to worry about that 4th string there, okay? Those are all of our chords, and now we can get into the pattern, which is the same pattern throughout the whole song. So once we've got the hang of that, you're going to master the whole song. Now there are some variations for how you can play this. If it is too difficult to do some slapping, don't worry about it, you can just play some simple stuff. So it's going to sound like this when we play the hardest version. And then we're going to repeat that. But we might want to play an easier version. We might want to play something like... Or to simplify it further, we could just play the chords. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you could do that if you really wanted, but we're going to work towards a harder version today. Alright, so the first part that we're going to play is our D major 7, and we're going to go and open 4th strings to start off with. Okay, so there we're going to go 1 and 2 and. So you can hear that counting. If I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright, so this is going to be the same rhythm throughout the whole song, so make sure to pay attention to this one. 4th string there, and we're going to go 1 and 2. And on that second beat, we're going to mute, and I'll show you the slap in a little bit. So 1 and 2. Just try that with me. 1 and 2. And then on the and after the second beat, we're going to pluck the 4th to the 1st string, all 4 of them. Okay? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Let's go even slower. 1 and 2 and. And the last part that I'm going to teach you for this one is on the 4th beat, we're going to mute again. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so muting on that 4th beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So muting 2nd and 4th. Then what we can do is add a slap in there if we want to. But I'll teach you that a little bit later. For now, we'll just play the simple muting. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And one more time, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're just muting those strings. Then we're going to go onto our C sharp 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can hear exactly the same rhythm. The only thing we're changing is which strings we're plucking, and of course with a new chord. So here we're going the 5th to the 2nd string, plucking the 5th string first, 1 and 2, mute, and then on the and, 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. So 1 and 2 and 3 and mute and. Alright? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then we're going to go onto our F sharp minor 7. Remember, just barred on the 2nd fret, and we're going to go 6th string, 1 and mute and. And for that and, we're going to go 6th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd string together. So 1 and 2 and 3 and mute and. 1 and 2 and 3 and mute and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Alright? That's our first 3 chords. Then we're going to do something a little bit different. On our E minor 7, we're going to go 6, 4, 3 and 2 together. So 6, 4, 3 and 2. And we're just going to let that ring out. We don't need to slap or mute there at all. Then we're going to do a very similar pattern, except this time on our A6, we're going to go 5, 3, 1 and 2. So 5, 3, 1 and 2. So putting that together, it'll be E minor 7. And again. And if you're struggling at all with that rhythm or the pattern, then you can just slow down the video or go back to a previous section, making sure that you're really keeping up as well, because this is the rhythm that's going to be so important throughout the whole song. So, and that's actually our whole riff. Okay, so let me play that through all together, and then we can play it together a little slower. And then straight back in. Alright, let's go through that slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. So that's the whole riff that's going to continue throughout the whole song. Now the only difference that we can add in there is a slap to really add to the funk of the song, and what we're going to do there is just replace those mutes that we've already done on the 2nd and 4th beat with a slap, and that's going to help keep the rhythm for us as well. So it should sound like this. And then repeat that. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing there. On our D major 7, we're going 1 and 2. And on that 2, you can just let your palm or even your fingers hit those strings there, and I'm just muting as well as slapping. So just making sure those strings stop ringing out. So you can hear if I just hit part of the strings, it doesn't stop them ringing out, and that kind of takes away from the funkiness of the song. So I want you to just mute all of those strings there. And still with that same timing as the muting, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You might want to just experiment trying to get that slapping sound. All I'm doing there is just placing my palm against the strings. Doesn't need to be a punch or anything like that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then on to our next one. And then the last bar we don't need to, so. Alright, so let's work on that slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. And then let's go through one more time a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the whole riff with the slaps if you're looking to play that advanced version, which I think is the best version to play as well. It's most accurate to the song. So I hope you've enjoyed learning 7, and don't forget to go check out that free 5-day beginner course in the description below, and otherwise I'll see you next time.